back to another video. I'm here again with Dave Parry from Canon. Dave, you brought us something a little bit different this time. It's a dual fisheye lens. Maybe a little bit niche, but definitely very interesting. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about it? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know anything about it.
This is a really exciting piece of technology, and this really shows what RF can do. And this is when we made that step from EF to RF technology, it opened up the ability to create things that we could not create in the days of EF. And yes, one of them is that.
Yeah, that's super different.
So this is a dual fisheye lens, and what this is all about, this is about VR. So virtual reality is a very exciting piece of technology moving forward. And I'm really pleased to say with this lens, we can really embrace that. What you need to be able to do this really, the lens is one thing, the lens is a really cool piece, but you need a couple of other things to be able to get this to work. One is you need a really high resolution sensor. And what I'm really pleased to say with these products now, you've got the ability to shoot 8K video. And that's what it's about. That's what you need to do with virtual reality. You need that high resolution. So you've got the 8K, also you need the software to be able to create virtual reality world. And we also have the software available to do that. And that's free software that you can download and do that, which is really, really great.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, so we have an app which you can do this on, and also we have a plugin as well for Adobe Premiere, which allows you to do this. And it's super simple and super easy to do.
Oh, great.
Usually when you're shooting VR, you have there's probably about 9 or 10 steps to go from shooting to actually creating your piece of footage.
Yeah.
With our solution, it's about 3 or 4 steps.
Wow.
So it cuts it down massively.
That's great.
So with this lens, what you do is when you shoot, you end up with 2 circular images on the sensor. So one lens, one camera, one sensor, you can do this. In the past, if you want to shoot VR, you'd need two lenses, 2 cameras, 2 sensors, and then try and piece it all together. With this, you're doing it with just this one unit. And it gives you, as I said, the 2 circular images on the 8K sensor. Then what you do is the software does an equi-rectangular conversion, which flattens out that image. Awesome. And that's basically it. And then that image is projected on a headset, depending on what headset you're using. I mean, you use Oculus or whatever you want to use. It projects that and then gives you that virtual reality world. Other than that, the camera handles in exactly the same way. So you can do all the same kind of settings that you do, all the changes that you do. You can't shoot RAW, you have to shoot MP4 to do this, but you're still getting that 8K quality, and that's really exciting.
Wow, that's super cool. So just as an example, if you were, because we're by the coast, if you're on a boat,
yep,
you film with this, maybe on a tripod so it's nice and static, and then when you edit it and you watch it in a VR headset, you can look around what you've filmed?
Yeah, so what you've got with this, we do 180 degree VR. There's 2 types of VR, there's probably a number, but there's 2 main types. That's 360 VR, where you can look behind you,
yeah, or
you've got the 180 VR, which is just the area in front of you. Now, the beauty of 180 VR is you haven't got to worry about lighting the area behind you, you haven't got to worry about dressing the place behind you. Also, you can control what the viewer is looking at, so you can control the narrative better. People really enjoy using 180 VR where you want to tell a story.
Sure.
Because people aren't being distracted by looking behind them, they're watching what's going on,
yeah,
and being involved in that moment. So this would be really, really good for, as you say, like being on a boat would be great, but things like if you're going to a museum and you can have someone stood in front of you talking about what is in front of you at the museum,
yeah,
whether it's paintings or whatever, and you could look around the room but have that person there right in front of you talking to you.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So it's more storytelling with this lens, and that's what, for me anyway, that's what's really exciting about this. I think being able to hold that narrative but have people immersed in the experience is going to be really, really cool.
That's super cool, actually. That's a great example, the museum one. And I guess just in timing wise, this is kind of really well timed with the whole sort of metaverse stuff that's happening, and whatever your thoughts are on that. But I think this is great because that's obviously going to be a big thing, right? VR's just growing and growing, and it'll eventually become less niche, and this will be a great tool for people to be able to create stuff for that.
Yeah, one of the stumbling blocks with VR at the moment is that you need 2 cameras, 2 lenses, 2 sensors, and all the software to be able to piece all that together. Makes it a very complex and quite specialised thing to do.
With this,
with this, it makes. Look at that size of that.
Yeah.
Small, lightweight. You could put this anywhere. I was thinking about, if people want a video inside submarines or whatever, you could do that. You could set this up in a corner, and you could video everything that's going on inside the, inside the vehicle or whatever. So you could do some amazing stuff with this. I think that the sky's the limit, really.
This is definitely feels like a quite a big leap, really, actually, in terms of being able to create VR content just because of the size of it. Like you say, like it's such a much smaller whole setup as opposed to having this crazy rig that you've got set up or something like that. And also because of the quality, because obviously there's the small, little cameras you can use with, but the quality is just nothing like shooting an 8K on something like this, which we've got the EOS R5C. That's going to be a whole different story, right?
Yep. Obviously, there's no limitations on shooting 8K on this. You could shoot a movie at 8K in VR if you wanted to with this one product, and that's really exciting times.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking about that with us, because, like I say, I knew nothing really about this particular one before we talked about it. So that's super interesting. Of course, you can check out links in the description of this to go and check things out on our website. But all that's left for me to say is thank you very much, Dave. And I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
No problem. Thank you.